Hey everybody, what's happening? I'm back showing off my PS2 collection along with my original system, the Slim version anyway. Man, I miss the PlayStation 2 days back in Toronto back in the mid-2000s. I'd say from 2002 to 2007 was really the heyday of all these great games. There were so many great titles and it really dominated over Nintendo and Xbox at the time. So yeah, there's a few that I'm missing though, of course, in my collection. Games like the classic Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, my personal favorite of the series, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, also my favorite of that series, and Resident Evil Code Veronica X. I finished it long ago and I'd love to play it again. Silent Hill 2, also another survival horror classic, and Clock Tower 3. Not a lot of people know about this game. I used to own it, and I wish I still did. San Andreas, yeah, I played the hell out of it, but I haven't owned it in years. Shadow of the Colossus I finished a long time ago, but I have revisited on up-res versions. What a classic single-player experience that is. And of course, the God of War series. On to the collection. So I've got several here. This is just the first batch of games that I'm going to show off. These are the survivors, mostly. I got a couple of these in the last few years, but yeah, most of these are from back in the day when they were originally released. And of course, I love collections. I love having all these collection games of collections. So I've got 3 of those in the top left corner here. So let's take a look at the Activision Anthology. Classic stuff. So many classic hit Atari games to a hit 80s soundtrack as well. So yeah, classic stuff there, as you can see on the back. The game even comes with many classic Atari commercials, including this one starring Phil Hartman for ice hockey. Yeah, that was the first good hockey game. So yeah, the Activision Anthology is a classic that I still play. I love this collection. It's so awesome. The songs that are included are really cool too. You get your Blondie, you get your, great songs. Capcom Classics Collection, Volume 1. Is awesome, as you can see on the back here. We got some of the games that are here. Obviously, the first 3 versions of Street Fighter 2, and we got Ghouls and Ghosts. There's 3 of those games, and there's 1943, and so on. I mean, Final Fight. It's a great collection. So yeah, everybody loves Volume 1 because most of their favorite games are on here. However, there's quite a few gems on Volume 2 as well. So of course, I had to get that one. And on the back you can see, well, it comes with the first Street Fighter game. It also comes with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It comes with Magic Sword and Strider and all sorts of great games. So I'm pretty happy with this collection. There's a bunch of games on there that I don't even remember, quite frankly, like Black Tiger and things like that. I'm like, what was that? I don't know. But yeah, just put it on and check it out, because, yeah, I love those collection games. They're just so awesome. And, of course, Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge. They are classics. God, I love these games so much. They are so much fun. Whew. Yeah, I defy anyone to dislike these games, quite frankly. Anybody that doesn't like these games, comment down below, and you will be one in a million, that's for sure. So, yeah. Love Burnout 3, love Burnout Revenge. They're both great in different ways. I think there's more racing in 3, Burnout 3 Takedown. But just introducing takedowns to the series was, oh my god, so much better than just racing, which was mainly what Burnout 1 and 2 were. But 3 and 4 here, Revenge, yeah, absolute classics, absolute bangers. And yeah, of course, Grand Theft Auto. Of course, I've got some of those. And so on the back of Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, got some nice artwork here. These are also available as posters, and I believe I have the poster of the one on the right, the Vice City one. I think somewhere, who knows where. So here's the box that they came with, because it's a greatest hits 2-pack collection that I got here. I wanted brand new copies of these games after I finished them. And the back of the package, of course, with some more info. So, love Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, especially Vice City, because I'm biased to being a huge 80s freak. I love the 80s. The 80s soundtrack in this game is fantastic. You know, Wave and V-Rock and all those great radio stations. I dare not play them right now due to copyright, right? So, but I've got Vice City Stories as well, which was a PSP game, I believe, originally. And that's a pretty good time as well, set in the 80s, so hey, you gotta love it. So yeah, pretty good. Almost as good as Vice City, but not quite. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats Vice City. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, and on to Ico. I'm going to call it Ico. I don't know if it's Ico or Eco or whatever, but this game is really cool. You can solve the puzzles or join the tormented souls forever. Yeah, this is from the people that made Shadow of the Colossus, one of the greatest single-player games on the PS2, but this one is a little dated now because it was really early on. I think it was about 2001 or so this game came out. The Last Guardian as well, same team, so great game. Yeah, it's just really the beginning of that team that put these great games together. Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian, which I played on PS4. So yeah, just brilliant stuff, single-player experiences. And speaking of single-player awesomeness, I've got the Steelbook case version of Resident Evil 4. Yeah, with Leon, of course, Leon S. Kennedy. Yeah, great game. Just, I mean, I don't know what more I can say about this game, you know, that hasn't already been said by all the fans. It's brilliant. It's awesome. Ada Wong's in there, too. I thought it came with a little Ada Wong figure at some point, but I think I bought that separately. I can't find that figure right now anyway. So, here's what it does come with. Double disc version, you know, the making of and everything, and the game, and a nice photograph on the left there of... photograph, well, you know, it's a still of Ada Wong. The sexy and enigmatic lady. She's very mysterious, and you know, instructions and everything, you know. So, wonderful package by Capcom. I got this back in 2005. So yeah, I'm gonna say Resident Evil 4. Is it my favorite out of this bunch? Maybe. That's really tough competition, though. There's a lot of competition here for for my favorite PS2 game. I couldn't pick a favorite one overall. There's so many of them. It was such an awesome, you know, successful era for Sony. Moving on to the next batch of PS2 games. I've got The Bard's Tale. The Bard's Tale, yes. Starring Carrie Elwes as the voice of the Bard. So this was not the first console by any means that this kind of story was on, but it's a pretty cool game. Single-player game, and of course Beyond Good and Evil as well. That game's a lot of fun. It's so much more than it seems, you know, with all these like animal characters and stuff, but it's great. And on the backs of both of these games, I'm going to just shoot two at a time if I can here to save time. So yeah, awesome. It's a quest of coin and cleavage for the Bard, and of course... and of course, you need to expose the conspiracy and, you know, find the truth. So, yeah, fantastic games. Love them both. Yeah, so if you ever get the chance to play these, maybe higher res versions of them, I don't know if they exist, but definitely check them out. Here's a game nobody will play except for me. This is NHL 2K8, which I only bought because, of course, I'm an Ottawa boy, and we've got Ottawa Senators star Jason Spezza. Well, back in 2007, 2008, he was a huge star with that team. And yeah, so I had to get it, right? Of course, I had to get this game. So I'm a hockey fan. So yeah, there's a lot of great sports games obviously out there. Madden, a lot of great baseball games, you know, basketball, right? NBA, 2K, whatever, things like that. But NHL series, yeah, they were pretty awesome for a while. And here we go, folks. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The blue disc version. Let me show that off here. Yeah, I don't know if the camera can pick it up that well, but it is blue underneath, so it's one of them blue discs. Yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, if you can get all the characters, that's the main key. If you can unlock everybody, you know, and I do have everybody on my memory card, so still, to this day, so I can still play. I can still be taken for a ride. Classic two-player action. Mortal Kombat Armageddon is another great example of this. Yes, so many great characters in this game, and it comes with a create a character mode as well. And the fatalities are so easy. You can just like button mash, and you'll get there. Fantastic stuff. On the back of both of these games, well, you know, I thought I'd show them off. What the hell? Yeah, you can see kind of an idea of what it kind of looks like with so many different kind of characters. A collision of the world's most powerful universes. Yeah. Sweet. There's a whole bunch of Capcom characters there I've never even heard of, so that's cool to discover those. And Mortal Kombat Armageddon has so many different kind of modes and everything. There's actually like this totally other like single player kind of campaign mode. It's very basic, but you know, whatever. And the bad guy here is Blaze, whoever that was, some big volcano dude or something. So he's the final boss in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Yeah, 2 classic fighting games. So, after these 2 classics, how can it get any better in terms of fighting? Well, if you're a wrestling fan, yeah, these 2 are bangers. Yes, they're brilliant. They're the 2 best, I think, out of the whole PS2 line. The 2007 game in particular really holds up these days. And yes, of course, you can create a wrestler. That is me, World Heavyweight Champion, Neil Temple. Of course. That's what I looked like back in 2006, folks. It's been a while. That's when this game came out. So, love these SmackDown games. They're awesome. Great time with friends, and you can also customize your loading screens while you wait for matches to begin. I thought that was so awesome. So yeah, these are the 2 best wrestling games from that era. I mean, even if you don't like wrestling, you can still have a great time creating a wrestler and going through the whole thing. I think everyone should give it a chance, just in terms of its variety of things that you can do with those kind of games. So that's why I've kept those games for the last 20 years. You know, all of these games, really, you know, from the mid-2000s. I am very, very, very nostalgic for that time period. What can I say? Toronto days. I was assistant manager of EB Games once upon a time, but anyway, that's a story for another time. One last special thing to show you. So, Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence was the better version of a great classic game. It had a better camera and everything. Came with so many more games and things like that. But it was a fantastic double disc version. I wish I still had it, but I don't. But what I did keep from that era was the exclusive making of. So this 5-star cover here, it's okay. You know, I mean, it's just the making of the game, really. But I'm not sure how rare it is or how common this thing is on the aftermarket. But I have managed to keep it for a long time. And here she is, folks, the PlayStation 2 Slim. So this was my second one after the original model died. And so, yeah, this is the one with Yoda and the Senators and Vice City stickers on it. And, yeah, go Send. And it's, you know, just, I don't know, just brings warm feelings back. You know, nostalgia sells, folks. Nostalgia sells. Until next time, peace.